Blog Talk Radio.
Hey.
It was war about a week ago. They shot my man, I was with him about a week ago. In my city, round the city, we should stop that. Keep losing, trying to win with the get back. Don't you see where that gets us? Who's cooler? There's a body, there's a shooter. There's a man without a future, now his homies out to get ya. And the cycle just continues if we only just remember that we stronger together. We was made here to give, we was made here to love, we was made here to live. Yeah, we stronger together. We was made here to give, we was made here to love, we was made here to live. Now get your money, get success, and live a good life. Need to put the guns down and get your mind right. Get your money, get success, and live a good life. You need to put the guns down and get your mind right. Now won't you make something, make peace, make something of yourself, make, won't you make something, make peace, won't you make something of yourself, make, yeah, nah, revenge.
Hey, this is DJ Dika. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
And Miss Vicky in the house. Hey, family. Hey, listeners. Faithful listeners or those that are new to the show, welcome. Hello, DJ Dika.
Hello, Miss Vicky. Before you start, Miss Vicky, I just wanted to. I'm fine. I just wanted to comment. You know, listeners,
yes.
Every week we play music that we get from independent artists, and that one was from Elevate Your Game, a nonprofit that is a mentor program for young adults, and they also make music pertaining to social issues. So my point is, we played that song many times before, but today is very, very, it has a deep message as of what's going on today. And, I didn't even think about it until the song started going, talking about make peace. So the song is talking about make peace among each other as young adults and just people in general. But, that message is so powerful, what's going on in our society today. So it's all about make peace, whether you black, brown, purple, green, whether you a housewife or whether you a police officer. It's a time to stand up, justice for all. That's the slogan I'll be using this week, justice for all, with no exception. So I just wanted to say that. So that song was very potent to what we're talking about and what's been happening for the last week. Go ahead, Miss Vicky.
I was basically greeting you. I was greeting you. So
okay.
You felt like flowing on to the next to introduce our founders of our music. So a lot of the music that we play on our show, because the majority of our music comes from Elevate Your Game. Yeah. So,
and we just want to give a shout out to, and we just want to give a shout out, thank them for giving us permission to use their music.
And the
it's a win-win for us and a win-win for them. Michael Freeman.
We want to thank
young adults.
Yes, we want to thank Michael Freeman for all that he does and for helping our show even, to flow better with allowing us to use his music, the music that he has access to.
And I just want to add that is always going to be part of our show. Ms. Vicky and I, we want to always open the door for others and give others the chance, like we were given the chance. We believe in that strongly, to always give somebody a chance to share their gift or share their goals or share their platform, because somebody gave us that chance. So we want to always pay it forward. So if anybody out there is listening to our show and they're in the music world and they're independent and they want to get their music out, shoot it over to us. Send us a message. The only requirement that we ask is that it be clean. That's all we ask.
Yes.
Have a message and it be clean. Because we're all about.
We don't care if it's rap. We don't care if it's singing. We don't care if it's poetry.
Or gospel, reggae, R&B. We don't care. We're just trying to help you get out there. So On that
What a
note,
positive
we're
message.
going to be, yes, we're all about empowerment, education, awareness for social justice. Today, social justice for real.
Yeah,
So,
and we all need a positive message today. More, we need it every day, but today more than anything.
yeah.
Go
So
ahead,
we
DJ.
just want to
So what are you
continue
getting
to
ready
push.
to say?
Oh, I just want to say we just want to continue to push what's going on. This is the second week. The protesting is still going on. Vicky and myself had a conversation before we got here because I've been watching the news. It's just part of who I am, a journalism geek, I guess.
DJ,
Yes.
Yeah, please. Can I do my unsung hero first? Because I know we're gonna be a minute talking about that.
Yes, go ahead. Do your unsung hero.
You know, we decided, you know, for those of you that are new to the show, those of you who have been following us, you kind of already know what we do about the unsung hero. Or if you forgot, here we go. We do the unsung hero. Here we go. We recognize people that actually don't get recognized. A lot of times we might not think about telling them how great they are or how much we appreciate them, or they just may not be recognized. You know, maybe you don't even pay attention. You just figure that they just, you know, that's what they're supposed to do, whatever it is that they're doing. You got people that are doing awesome things, whether it's at home or in the community. Some of it is in the open and some of it is in private. But we have some people that are doing some awesome things. And she's been around. I think her first presentation was 2018. This young African-American woman started her own Afrocentric dolls. Her name is Queen Dalai Lama, also known as AKA Queen C. She is, oh my God, you got to check her out. She is awesome. She made some dolls that are African American features. And not only that, Lord knows, and all my friends know, and family, anyone who knows me, even if you don't know me personally and you see me, you know I always change my hair. That's like my what is the word for it, Dika? That's my signature, is my hair. Okay?
That's
part
your
of it
stress
anyway.
relief. Yes. Yeah.
That's part of my signature, my hair. This girl has came up with such an awesome theme with making these dolls, these African American doll or Afrocentric dolls, where she has changed even their hair. She has dolls with different features, like some that are darker, some that are lighter, all different shades, and then the shapes of their faces, how we as African Americans or black people, let's say that, because everybody's not African American, but we as black people, how we all have, a lot of us, we have different features and stuff. Like some people might have high cheekbones, some people might have fat, some of us have big noses, small noses, big eyes. The eyes might be shaped differently. Some of us are mixed. Like she has almost every design you could think of in regards to how our features are. Also, the hairstyles, whether it's kinky, whether it's wavy, whether it's spongy, whether it's straight, whether it's dreadlocks, whether it's twisties, whatever the case may be, even to the point of the different colors, like of hair. I was like, oh my God. And then she got guys. She did boy dolls too. She got the you remember Kid and Play? She got the Kid and Play look, and then she got the updated to this time and age look, how they wear their hair or whatever the case may be. So I'm just saying, like, I just want to give Queen, how do I say her name? Dalai Lama, a.k.a. Queen C, kudos for her hard work and her creativity and her, what I want to say, explicit art, you know, that defines my heritage, you know, and how creative and how different we are. We're not all the same. We already unique, you know, and a lot of us have unique looks. I mean, some of us, you know, we all have a twin somewhere, but I'm just saying, like, this is such a wonderful thing. And If you want to reach her, you can find her on Instagram. Oh my God, hopefully I can say this right because I don't have my glasses on. On Instagram at the Queen Dalai Lama. That's with no spaces. The Queen, and then the word doll, and YLAMA. That's how you spell the whole thing. The Queen Dalai Lama. She's also on Facebook, Queen Dalai Lama, but it's a space between Queen and Dalai Lama. And that's all I'm going to give you. You can figure out the rest because I know when you go to those avenues, they'll give you the other links. But yeah, I want to give her kudos. We want to, represent, and we want to let you know and tell you about the different things that are out there. So like if you have any children, boys or girls, and they're African American or they're Black, you may want to check out her products, and it can help you to show your child who they are, that they don't have to just buy dolls that don't look like them, that they have one. I'm pretty sure she got one that look like your child. I'm just saying. You need to check it out. She even had afros. She had all kind of stuff. It was so cute. So anyway, that's my share for the unsung hero, DJ Dika.
Thank you very much. That was very fruitful. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue our conversation about what's been happening for the last 2 weeks. It's very disturbing. I do believe that right after we got off the show last week, me and Miss Vicky were on the phone and we were watching the news, and I do believe it started last Sunday, not Monday, that, George Floyd is the latest person that we know of that has passed away due to police brutality. And he had his memorial the other day. I can't remember what day it was. I want to say Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. Don't quote me. But I know his funeral is going to be this Tuesday. So going back a little bit. So last Sunday after we got off the show, we were watching the news. And I do believe loitering and what is the other word I'm looking for? Vandalism was happening. So for all you guys listening to the show, I know and listening, you know what I'm talking about. We had to have a curfew, for the last 3 days. They just lifted it, I think, yesterday or day before yesterday in Long Beach. But the point is, what me and Vicky were watching on the news, it was just sad. This is no surprise. It happened during the 1992 riots, which was also the time when Rodney King was tape was out and he was beaten by the police. But I won't go into that, so you get the point. So I bring that up to say, me personally, I am one to protest. I don't have a problem protesting. I've done it, since I started advocating. But I've done peaceful protest. To sit here and watch the lootering and the vandalism, it just puts a bad mark on protesting, and it's really sad. So I want to say to all those people out there that feel it's okay, feel like they're getting justice for George Floyd or Breonna Taylor, who had a birthday yesterday, or day before yesterday. We want to give kudos to her family because she also died due to police brutality. We understand, or I understand. I don't want to put words in Miss Vicky's mouth, but I feel she agrees with me. We understand the pain. We understand the pain. We understand you being upset because we're upset as well. But that is not how you handle your anger. And this has been going on for 400 years, and we understand, but that's not the way to do it. Please, if you want to make a difference, vote, number one. Vote. Number two, if you're going to protest the right way, the smart way, in peace. Do not go loot. Do not go vandalize, because that is not going to solve our problem. That is just going to make it worse. And believe it or not, I know some people that are doing this don't think about that. They just think about themselves and the pain, and they want to get justice. That you're affecting businesses. You're affecting especially small businesses, family-run businesses that are trying to make a living. And when you go in their store and vandalize it or steal their stuff, you're taking away their livelihood. And that's not cool. I saw they interviewed a person that had an eyeglass business, her and her husband, and that business is helping them pay off their loans for school and helping them pay off their bills. And now, because some people decide to go in there and tear it up, they don't know when they're going to be able to open or how they're going to put it back together. So I'm just saying, please think about that. Think about somebody else and how you.
After you're done?
Yes, you can. Yeah, go ahead. I'm not done, but go ahead. I'm going to continue.
No, I know you're not done, but I just want to say something about what you just said.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with DJ Dika. However, I just want to let it be known that I know, well, let me not say I know. There's rumor almost to the point where it's actually certain that people are being paid to protest to cause all this confusion or cause a lot of the confusion. Some of it may trickle down where some young people or some opportunist individuals, some people that are looking for opportunities may have tagged along. But I just want to put it out there also. We're talking to you as well that, why would you take money to go and protest and try to make it seem like, it's all in the name of Black Lives Matter when you're really trying to make the situation worse. And then you have people that are opportunists that seen that it was an opportunity where they can be a part of it and get some things or whatever the case may be. So we know that everybody that's protesting is not a part of the looting, that it's people that are looting that aren't a part of the protesting. They're just making it seem like they are part of it. So I just wanted to mention that, God don't like ugly. So, we don't have to do anything. I'm sorry to say, but I pray for you that, that you can handle the punishment that you're probably going to get when you get caught. You know what I'm saying? But, it's not a good thing, to be out there looting and causing all this damage everywhere. Because it's not only just everybody's affected. Just like Dika said, the people that own the eyeglass company, you don't know who owns what. I know people that have businesses and they don't put their face on it. So you talking about Black Lives Matter, you're probably affecting black companies as well, African American companies as well, or whatever the case may be. So, that's what makes it seem as though whomever the people that are looting are ignorant. They unlearned and misled, or they just vicious. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion about that. But the protesting, I think.
Thank you, Ms. Mickey.
Yes.
And I hate to say it, but I kind of believe it. It's like I kind of believe to see what I've been seeing on TV. I'm talking about, now let's turn it over to the positive side. What I've been seeing on TV with the peaceful protest is unreal. Like I said, it's not like I haven't seen protests and been a part of it. But this time around, I really can feel in my heart that this time around, the protesting that is being done and still being done as we speak is truly making a difference. Everybody might not agree with that. However, I do believe, based on what we've come through in the last 40 years, and from the 92 riots to these riots, it is truly making a difference. I'm telling you, this time around, it's about Black Lives Matter, but because we're going to make a video eventually, but in the video, we want to talk about how we need our brothers and sisters that are not African American to be a part of this fight with us, just like they were a part of the fight
and they have
during civil rights time.
A lot of them have been, though.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to get to. Like back in the civil rights days, during Martin Luther King Day and Malcolm X and Rosa Parks, they were people that weren't black were part of that march. And today, it is just unreal it's like all nationalities are getting behind the Black Lives Matter, and and another thing is it's more young people. More young people are out there, a part of a protest. And then somebody has said on the news that, believe it or not, it's more people out there of other nationalities out there protesting on our behalf right now. And the reason why I say on our behalf, because so Black Lives Do Matter. I came up with a little slogan: all justice for all. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that actually, when you look at it, it's kind of good that it's more of others, because when we step up, we're the ones that's getting attacked. We're the ones that's being racial profiled. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So when we step up, you know, they saying we commit a crime, but when it's another nationality, they giving them a pass. So it's good that other nationalities are stepping up. More especially
and then,
our white counterparts.
Yes.
Or white
yes. I'm so happy. Yes, and Latino, Hispanic, whatever, you know, however they want to be labeled.
Latinos too. Yeah, but they being affected just like us as well.
Yes. So it's just a wonderful thing to see, you know, the peaceful demonstration and how it has been. We go on our second week, and it's still going on. And I have to say this other part. Let's say the other part. We are still dealing with coronavirus. Okay?
Yes, we are.
Still dealing with coronavirus. And like I said, I'm happy that they're protesting out there, but I just want to remind folks, 6 feet rule, wearing masks. I'm sitting here watching people protest, and that's a good thing, but at the same time, it's causing some of those people that's walking might have to go get tested because they already done said it. It's fine to protest, but if you're not 6 feet away and you're not wearing a mask, they're encouraging people, if you're being a part of a protest and you're out there walking, please go get tested, because the virus is coming forth through us being around a lot of people. So I commend you for out there protesting, but you just do it in safety. And if you feel you can't be 6 feet apart, at least wear your mask and go get tested. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't been doing it, because I've been itching. I think every time I talk to Ms. Vicky, I'll be like, dang, I miss it. I want to go do it. Man, it's driving me nuts. And part of the reason, if it wasn't for the coronavirus, I would be out there. However, through doctor's orders, I don't have the virus. I didn't need to go get tested. I haven't had the symptoms. Praise God. I'm still getting the support I need. You know, as Vicky has mentioned many times before, I'm a person with disabilities, so I do have support. However, my doctor did say, to self-quarantine. For me, it's not like I have to, but she asked me to do it for precaution, so I have been doing that. So that's part of the reason why I haven't been like, oh, forget that. Let me go out here, find somebody to let me go with them and push me in a wheelchair. I don't care for that wheelchair, but today, I would love that wheelchair. So the opportunity did not come. So hopefully by next week I'll be able to give y'all a praise report and let y'all know if I went to go protest safely. Because I have seen people protesting in the car, and they're riding behind the people that's walking, and they have on their masks. So if the opportunity presents itself, I will be in a car, and if I could find a bullhorn, I would have my bullhorn, and I would be making all kind of noise. So until that happens, me and Miss Vicky have decided that we will make videos. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. So we invested in a video camera. Yeah, Jenna 9. There we go. Jenna 6. You're right. Jenna 6. And then then I would boycott. Oh, I can't even say it right. Boycott. Well, should I say boycott? Protest. I would protest for educational cuts for students and people with disabilities. I've been asked many times, because of the gift that God has given me, to use my voice. I've been asked, and Vicky's been there with me, been my witness. I've been asked several occasions to speak at rallies, I've also been asked to lead the rally. So I've done that on several occasions. So it's great fun. So I look forward to sharing with you guys if it happens. And until then, we're going to start making videos because that came to me. Well, if I can't go outside and protest like everyone else, then I can protest on YouTube channel. So just give us a minute. We're going to get it together. And we're going to protest some things. But anyway, moving on. So just throwing it out there. Thank all the supporters and just continue to be safe. George Floyd's funeral is on Tuesday, and we wanted to give you some information. So let me find my information. So last week we were still talking about police brutality, and we were giving you research information. So going back to here's our source, mappingpoliceviolence.org. So we were giving you stats. So I'm going to continue and just share the stats. I also want to say, side note, since the protesting has been happening, let's say in L.A. that I know of, since the protest has been happening, Mayor Robert, I'm going to say Long Beach, still my mayor, different city, Mayor Garcetti, Los Angeles, due to the protesting, it does work. Don't let anybody tell you when you advocate and you protest, it don't work. It may not happen when you want it to happen, but eventually it works. Trust me, I know. I done seen it. I wouldn't be an advocate if it wasn't for that. Anyway, due to the protesting, Mayor Garcetti, they were talking about raising the budget, or upping the budget for the police force. Now, since the protesting has gone on, he's not going to raise it. He's going to cut it. Don't quote me on the number. I think I want to say by $150 million, I think. And there's some people, some of the police, they're not happy with that. And then there's some protesters I've seen on the news say that's not good enough. So wherever you are on the spectrum, you just leave it there. And I also wanted to add that I am a policeman's daughter. Let me say former, retired policeman daughter. So I grew up in the police world. So I've been speaking on trying to come up with a poem or rap about protect and serve. The protect and serve motto of the police when I was growing up, was to protect and serve everyone. But I hate to say it. Lately, I don't think let me say some, I didn't say all, some policemen are not following that protect and serve. It's all about protecting and serving them. So I just wanted to put that out there. I see both sides because I grew up as a policeman's daughter, still a policeman's daughter. So all police are not bad. We just got a few that, falling off the tree.
Retired policeman.
Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I did say that. He's retired. But some policemen that, are bad because they want to continue to do and kill people, black people like George Floyd, Breonna Thomas, Ahmaud Arbery. These are the latest ones we know. So, and then I feel like I've heard, okay, there's certain celebrities or people that are putting money into training because that's where that money that's being cut, I guess, in Los Angeles, they're going to put some of that money that would have gone to the police to go into training or put money into communities for young adults and all that, and that's fine and dandy. But this is where I'm at. This is my opinion. You could do all the training in the world. But if that policeman is not good in his heart and he got racism in his heart, that dang training ain't going to do a darn thing because it starts with the heart.
Yeah, that's true. But I still think that if they retrain them and they put certain laws in place that, okay, this is how you're supposed to conduct yourself, even if because right now that's the issue. The issue is they don't have certain laws in place for them to be, trained in that way where it lines up with what they're trying to set it up now. So that is important to retrain them and taper it to where they have more empathy or whatever the case may be. Like, they do need to retrain them at the end of the day. Yes, we cannot change if they racist, but we can put laws in place to handle it where they would think twice about going to do what they've been loosely doing these days, or for centuries. I ain't even going to say just these days because this is not nothing new. It's more, we have media outlets to videotape stuff because there's a lot of stuff been going on. I'm telling you, when I saw Straight Outta Compton, I felt like I was watching my childhood. Like I was seeing myself back in the day. Like that was my story. So I'm just saying, dang, I look like my cousin. Hello? It looked like this went away. Okay. I was having a moment. I thought I'd see my cousin. When you see somebody with a mask on, it's like you can't see their whole features. And I'm outside, and so I was like, wait, that's my cousin. I couldn't pass that moment. But anyway, apparently it wasn't because he didn't say nothing to me. But I'm just saying that, that is important. And like I said, back in the day, they was doing that stuff it's been going on for a long time. And the thing about people on the police force and keeping the, what do they call it? Word of honor, all that thing where you can't tell if somebody.
Oh, they model?
If you tell on
the code of conduct. That's a whole other conversation.
You can't tell on your co-worker or whatever your counterpart or whatever in the force and all that kind of stuff and all this racism. That stuff been going on for years. I'm pretty sure your father can tell some stories too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, them changing that, because I know me, I'm a criminal justice major. I did not want to be a police officer, but I did major in criminal justice, but I'm the preventive intervention side. However, in that field, it's a lot of people that are hardcore, hard-nosed, and it's very difficult to become an officer. That's the point I was trying to make. I was almost about to lose my train of thought. But it's very difficult. The psychological tests and all that you have to go through to get in, it's like a lot of people that want to be officers, by the time they get through all them tests and all that stuff, they end up failing when they get to the psychological test. Like you could do the background check, the physical exam. They have the regular physical exam, then you got the endurance one where you got to do all this, running and jumping and all that. I can't remember right now. I'm loose for words of how to explain what they do. But the physical endurance test that they have to do. But then when you get to the psychological, they might even pass the background check, all that. But when they get to the psychological, they can't pass it because they don't fit that criteria of mentality that they need to have have this certain mindset to be an officer. Like the decisions that they make, the emotions that they have, all these different things. So I'm saying, like, even talking to people in the community or people in the offices, whether they're executives or if they're just blue-collar workers, or they're, corporate America, people that work in corporate America, in the medical field, whatever the case may be, it's kind of like everybody's feeling like if you change that part of it, the psychological exam, to taper it a little differently than how they did it in the past, then maybe we would have a better outcome. Racism does play a big part, but if they taper it, maybe we can kind of knock out some of that. Or, like I said, it will be set up where they don't have a pass. You know what I'm saying? Like they've been getting passes. Hello?
Okay, I can see that perspective.
Yeah.
No, I was just thinking. I was in deep thought. I do see your point, and the show is called Tunnel Vision, and we can agree to disagree in love. And I'm not saying I disagree with you at all. I see your point. I still go back to, racism is there. Then you got to think, you got to work on their heart as well. So I do see your point. They can still get trained. Their heart needs to be worked on, and through them getting trained and them passing these laws, that we believe that it will make a difference on them, for them not to want to do it.
You can have your opinion all day long, but at the end of the day, you gotta abide by the law. While in Rome, you got to do
Exactly.
like the Romans. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I'm just
Right.
saying, like, you can be a part of an organization and you're not in agreement, but you got to follow leadership. So that's my whole
Yes,
point.
yes, I agree.
So
Yes,
of course,
and
there's a few that may slip through the cracks and get away with some stuff, but it'll be less people getting
yes,
away with stuff.
yes,
That's the whole,
through advocacy.
That's the reason why.
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah.
And through advocacy and protesting, we're finally at a place. We're not where we should be, but we are a lot further than we used to be these last 2 weeks. I'm telling you. And I'm just proud to be a part of that, to even see it happening. And let's go back to the police officers that were affected. Just to give you an update, as of last week when we were on the show, it was the main police officer who had his knee on his neck for 8 minutes.
You mean on Floyd's
and
neck?
Something. Yes, on Floyd's neck. Thank you. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just helping you out.
Oh, thank you. Teamwork makes dream work. Had his knee on his neck for 8 minutes. And watching the news clips, I didn't know that while that was happening, outside of him saying, "I can't breathe," he also was calling out for his mother.
Yep.
Did you hear me? He was calling out for his mother. He did not want to die. That is just so sad.
Yep.
And then the whole reason why he was even picked up was, should I say a misunderstanding? I don't know. Supposedly, in Minnesota, this all happened in Minnesota, there was something going around where there was counterfeit money being used. So that's why the police picked him up individually. And then he had a friend in the car with him watching this. And his friend was able to say, he was trying his hard. Floyd was trying very hard to accommodate the police and do what they asked. And he still had to die for that. Also, I was watching the news. Oh, I got sidetracked. Let's go back to the police thing. As of last Sunday, it was just that one person that got arrested. So, bring you up to date. The three other policemen have been arrested, and they are put in jail. And this is Minnesota police. I haven't had time to look up California and see what it is here. But as far as Minnesota police is concerned, as of last Sunday, they had charged the first person that put his knee on Floyd. It was third-degree murder, so Vicky can kind of back me up on this because she knows a little bit more in this area. But it was third-degree murder in the beginning. And then it was changed to second-degree murder due to the evidence, because, all along they got to gather evidence. So apparently they have gathered up some more evidence. So they were able to change the charge to second-degree murder. And now some of the protesters are saying that's not good enough. They need to change it to first degree. So third degree started out is they would have got 25 years to life. I'm talking about the main policeman. Then it went to second degree. So right now, there's a change to the last 24 hours. Second degree, he would get 40 years. What is it? Did I say it right? He could get 40 years, max 40 years in prison, jail. Now, the three other policemen, they got charged a couple of days later. I do believe it was because of the protest that people was protesting about that. They got charged with abetting. What is it? Abetting and something. That Vicky knows what I'm talking about, abetting. Right, they were just standing there watching, so they charged them for that. Second-degree murder, abetting. And they could also get up to the max of 40 years if they get convicted. And that's just in Minnesota. So I was like, wow. So I'm hoping due to this incident that all over the world, any state, that, just like Vicky said earlier, there's this code, I guess it's a code, in the police world, but I don't know if I can say it's just in the police world. This code where, that's, you don't tell. You don't tell. And I can understand a policeman seeing some stuff, and they don't want to tell. They don't want to get in trouble, and that's what kind of happened. Two of the policemen.
Well, I was told that.
involved.
I was told that not just told, what I overheard on the news, they were saying one of the reasons why they don't want to tell is because the officers won't come when they call and they need backup. Like they'll just act like they don't hear it on another call. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like that kind of thing where not only the fact that they're going to be treated differently or they're going to be mad at them or they broke the code, it's the fact that folk ain't going to be answering their calls when they need backup and they're going to be out there by themselves, left hanging. So it's a little bit more deeper than just, I ain't going to be your friend.
Yes, exactly.
Or we not homies, brother officers. It's more than that.
Yeah, so
now it's like life. It's about their life. Yeah.
Right. So now in Minnesota, under Minnesota, because I don't know what California says, but Minnesota said that now on, if a policeman don't speak up, then they're going to catch it too. They're not going to be able to get away with that anymore. And then, let me take that back. I just found out watching the news in Los Angeles, the police protective league, it was upset about him cutting their budget, and they were basically saying that those laws are in place as we speak, that, police officers know they have to say something. But do they know that? Are they really going to get protected if they come forward? Are they going to have to worry about their livelihood if they do come snitch? Because they're going to be looked upon as a snitch. So I truly understand it. But I'm hoping due to this, I hate to say it, I hate that he had to die for it to get to this point. George Floyd had to die to get to this point. But I hope that something good can come out of his death and things start to have changed like they're supposed to. And one of them is crack down, like Vicky said, on laws when some policemen do the wrong thing, and then crack down on being okay for another policeman to tell, I don't want to say tell, but say something. Because out of the three other policemen that got arrested, they went to court. They had their first appearance in court. And one of them, if not two of them, said they only been on the job 4 days. They had just started. And the guy that did everything was training them. And then another guy said he was on his third shift for the night. Because, police officers work long hours. And then if they're shorthanded, they might have to fill in. So one of them had been on their third shift when this happened. And then the other one, I guess he was the one that had been on the job 3 days or 4 days.
And
when
you know
he went
what?
to court,
I have with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Finish saying that part about when he went to court. What?
It was put out there that he said something, and he said, should we be doing this? And then another policeman said, should we turn him over? So I don't know if that's going to help their case, but that's what came out. So go ahead, Ms. Vicky.
So what I was going to say really quick, before we end the show, we need to apologize to our listeners because we said we was going to talk about another subject, and we didn't explain in the beginning that we were going to do the social justice because of the importance of what's going on right now. But the other thing I wanted to say really quick to tie into what you're saying about the policemen making a decision if they should, snitch or report how they're treating the criminal or anyone that they're handling. I know how it feels when you work on a job and you don't know who is who. Because in a lot of these companies, you have people that are family members, friends, or whatever the case may be. And then when you come in there, you don't know who is who. So it's kind of like if something go down, you don't know if you should go tell your supervisor or a superior person of some sort, because you don't know if the person that has offended you in whatever way they did, whether it's harass you, whether it's just regular harassment, sexual harassment, whatever the case may be, because you don't know if they're related to them. And then sometimes in those cases, they'll set you up later on down the line to get fired. So I was
Exactly.
in a situation like that like a couple of times. And on one occasion, it was I was working in an environment where there were quite a few Hispanics, and one of the Hispanic guys was quote unquote sexually harassing me with words, and I didn't know who to tell. So I was like, how do I handle this? You know what I'm saying? I had just started working on a job. I'm not trying to start no problems because I need my job. You know what I'm saying? I got bills to pay, you know, and children to, you know, take care of. So I don't have time to be starting anything. And because you dealing with people that aren't fair, because everybody's worrying about their own, you don't know who to trust. So I ended up talking to one of the supervisors who I eventually felt comfortable talking to them, and they gave me the option to either she could talk to them, and she was Hispanic. She could talk to them, or we can talk together. And I was just like, okay, well, because I still don't know what position she's taking in the whole situation, I just said, well, I just don't want to get him fired. I just want him to treat me like I'm a professional at work. Like, you don't need to be flirting with me and saying all these things and making all these gestures at me every time you see me, you know, where it becomes kind of uncomfortable for me. So we went in a room and we had a meeting, and he spoke Spanish. His English was very broken. So she would tell him what I said in Spanish. Really, to tell you the truth, I don't know what she was telling him. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, after the whole conversation was over, he stopped bothering me. But still, I had went through that probably about 3 months before I even resolved it, because I was concerned about my job. So I'm only giving that example because I know we're close to the end of the show. But I can imagine if you're an officer to the force, a new officer, and you just on the job a couple of days and you end up coming in contact with this kind of situation, oh, my God. And then the pressure that you under because of the brotherhood thing that they got, or whatever the case may be with the officers, that, you know, you see and don't tell type of thing and all that. You know, I can imagine. I can only imagine. Only because I experienced it somewhat, but I didn't experience to that magnitude. You know what I'm saying? And there are way worst case scenarios that I have experienced, but I just wanted to use that as an example. And mind you, we're talking about this topic because we're bringing awareness, and we want to support the movement. So we're not just having a conversation. We're not just sharing our opinion. We actually supporting the movement, and we bringing awareness. That is why we're even talking about this, because we had a whole nother topic, you know, that we did research on and everything. But this is very important. This is affecting not only us, it's affecting our families, it's affecting our loved ones, it's affecting our seed. You know what I'm saying? All of us. You know, even though it's affecting African Americans or blacks, it's affecting minorities too, because you don't think that mess ain't going to trickle down, and then we all related in some way or another anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to share, because we getting close to the end of the show.
Yes. And we got a little bit more time. I was looking up some more stats of how many people in California have been killed due to police brutality, and I don't want to give the wrong information, so we might have to share that next week. And in the beginning of the show, so we just want to put it out there. This is going to be going on for a while, so just so you can be prepared. We're probably going to be talking a little bit about what's going on and how it's progressing, you know, before we go on the topic. Or we may be talking about this for a while. We'll just give a different layer to it until this is over. I don't see it being over anytime soon. So just flow with us, work with us. And we're still going to do our spotlight today. We did a spotlight on my cousin, Larry Bruce McClain. And so we're going to highlight him again today in a few minutes with his second song. So I just want to give a shout out for that. But before we go there, it's like I'm on a page. It says it's from the imp.org. decade of watching black people die. And on this paper that I'm looking at, it has a list of all the African Americans, including George Floyd, that have died due to police brutality. So I would like to say a few of their names every week. So I'm just going to say a few names that we know of. So Eric Gardner, he also was killed for police brutality. And I do believe, don't quote me, but I think that what is it that people are saying now? I can't breathe. I do believe it started with him because he also said he couldn't breathe when he was dying. Breonna Taylor. So it's not just men. Women, or African-American women, have died by the hands of the police. And one of them in particular is Breonna Taylor. Her birthday, like I said, was the other day. So some of the protesters protesting for her because she still hasn't got justice today. Ahmaud Arbery was the person, can't remember when it happened, but it came to our attention in February. He was jogging. He just happened to go into someone's house, an abandoned house, and he went in looking around, and there was already on the word on the street that they were looking for somebody that was doing the same thing. And he went in the house. He went in the abandoned house, looked around, came out, and he was running, jogging. And somebody saw him coming out the house. They called the police, and they caught up to him, and they ended up killing him while he was running. They were also white. So I'm just saying, when will it end? Justice should be for all. All. Justice for all. No
and we
exception.
need to have the right justice in place. Because we don't know what kind of justice the laws are. Because some of those laws are crooked and they don't even apply to us. So, we need the right kind of justice.
Amen. You say it. So let's go into our spotlight, and then we'll end the show. So let me get it ready. And Miss Vicki, you can have any last words pertaining to the subject while I load up the song.
Well, I just want to say that we don't want everyone to be so angry. Well, no. We want you to be angry, but we don't want you to act out on your anger in the wrong way. Be proactive.
Mm-hmm.
Be subjective. Go out there and create things, create resources. Educate your family, educate your loved ones. If you don't have any children, educate somebody else's kids. Some of you are godparents, some of you are just mentors or just merely neighbors. Educate everyone that you can come in contact with, especially our young people. Support our young people. Don't forget about the elderly or the disabled. We need to go back to the old school way. We need to go back to
soul
basics.
food, like you sit at the table and be with your family.
It takes a village. It takes a village, and that's what's happening right now. The village is coming together, and they saying no
Amen.
more.
Enough is enough.
We just ask that you do it in a peaceful way, or I don't even know if I should say peaceful, but non-violent.
Yes, peaceful. Yes, and I will keep you posted.
You need to make a little noise. You need to make a little noise.
Not violent. Not violent. There we go. Now,
and nothing wrong with a little noise, right?
Yes. Because hopefully next week I'll be able to come on this air and say, man, I made my noise. One more thing before we play the song. NFL, can we try to keep you updated? NFL, the commissioner made a video of apology saying that Black Lives Matter and that they apologized for, in so many words, I'm paraphrasing, not supporting their players when they took a stand. Okay, NFL, let me give you notice. This is Deacon McClain from Tunnel Vision. Let me give you notice because I already put it on my Facebook page. Okay, well, we need a little action.
AKA DJ Dika.
Advocate, politician, whatever. Okay, thank you for your apology, but we need a little action. How about you make sure that Colin Kaepernick get hired. Because if I remember correctly, we take a knees today, but it started with him how long ago? 4 or 5 years ago? And he took a knee for what we're going through right now. Because he was fighting for injustice. And he took a knee and he lost his job. So how about we make sure he get his job back? That's all I got to say on that. Okay, and on that note, we're going to spotlight Larry Bruce. And the song we're going to play today is I Put the Word on Him. Here we go.
Go.
I put the word on him. I put the blood on him. Talk about Jesus, man. I put the sun on him. I hope you believe it and hope you receive it. A soldier up in his army. He died for my sins. I know he got love for me. So I put the word on him. I put the word on him. I put the word on him. I put the blood on him. Talk about Jesus, man. I put the sun on him. I hope you believe it. That's why I receive it. A soldier up in his army. He died for my sins. I know he got love for me. So I put the word on. Bible is my weapon. I put the word on. I put the word on. I put the word on. I put the blood on. I'm talking about Jesus, man. I put the sun on. I put the sun on. I hope you believe it. That's why I receive it. A soldier up in his army. He died for my sins. I know he got love for me. I put the word on. The Bible is my weapon. I put the word on. 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 I put the word. You know what, man? I'm out in these streets. You know what I'm saying? I ain't living no savage life. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no guns. I don't need no knife. You know what I'm saying? This weapon I got. This weapon I got is my weapon. I put the word. No weapon against me shall prosper. His message give me power, so I'ma keep praying for it. Every second, every hour, down on my knees and I praise and I thank him for it. I put my foot on the back of my enemy. I call it footstool. I think they trying to hinder me, but they're the enemy. That's what they here to do. They came to steal and to kill everything I've been building up. Even said I was good enough. Like a tree by the waterside, rooted so deep, only Jesus can pick me up. He pick me up when I'm falling. He slow me down when I'm balling. He just so good to me. I know he got me. It ain't no carbon copy. Jesus is all I got. I put the word on. I put the blood on him. Talking about Jesus, man. I put the sun on him. I hope you believe it. That's why I receive it. A soldier up in his army. He died for my sins, but I know he got love for me. So I put the word on. Bible is my weapon. I put the word on him. I put the word on. I put the word on. I put the blood on him. Talking about Jesus, man. I put the sun on. I put the sun on. I hope you believe it. That's why I receive it. A soldier up in his army. He died for my sins. I know he got love for me. I put the word on. The Bible is my weapon. I put the word on. I put the word on. I put the word on. I put the word. I put the word. I put the word. I put the. The Bible is my weapon. I put the word on. I put the word on. I put the word. I put the word on. I put the word on. I put the word on. The Bible is my weapon. I put the word on. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointed my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I put the word on. I put the blood on. I'm talking about Jesus, man. I put the sun on. I hope you receive it. That's why I believe it. A soldier up in his army. He died for my sins. I know he got love for me. So I put the word on him. Bible is my weapon. I put the word on him. I put the word.
Amen. Amen. I put the word on him.
Yeah,
alrighty then. That was by Larry Bruce. Larry Bruce, my cousin, give you a shout out. Thank you, cousin. We'll send some more in, and at that note, we finish the show, and we're gonna do our quote real quick. Oh my goodness! Injustice anywhere threatens justice everywhere. Martin Luther King. And on that note, keep protesting, keep it real. Justice for all. We out.
We out. Talk to you next week. Deuces.
Amen. Amen.